Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, before we crack on with today's show, I've got a question to ask of you. It's off of my social media and there is a 4-year-old somewhere in the world that is hanging on your responses. I wish I was joking. Okay, buckle down. I want your answer in the comments, please. Is it planets or ducks? That's all I need to know. Planets or ducks in the comments now, please. And then we'll crack on with today's show. Right, it's Friday. It's a request day. It's been voted by the BonBon buddies over on Patreon. It's a creator request via Twitter, and it's
my first map.
It's one of those. So, if you are quite ready, we've got a new feature in today's show as well, as requested by one of the viewers. So, new features as well. So, therefore, you've really got to support the show, haven't you? That's right, hitting the like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day, so thanks for your support. Today's map is Pacific Valley by aortali. I'm going with aortali. I think the A must be silent, I hope. There's your start square. We have highway coming in from both sides, so that's got to be good, hasn't it? And then we've got this new feature, the terrain height, as requested by Overlord. Let me know if you like this new feature. We'll leave it in if you do. And then we have resources which look like that. Like Psycho Camouflage. Love it. What have we got going on here on the workshop? There's nothing to subscribe to. It is 100% vanilla. We will be using the not so rocky European theme. And for some reason, I don't understand why, but the tropical vanilla LUT is the LUT we'll be using. There's plenty to read if you want to read. There's nothing that you'd absolutely require in terms of getting on and playing the map, but I do like a good description, mate. Okay, down to ground level, and I'm going to say that today's map in terms of terrain is clunky. I think clunky is the word. I mean, the hills are huge. The valleys are deep, the cliffs are high, and everything's just... do you remember when the game first came out? Yeah, it's very much like that. Like the old vanilla maps were like, whoa, wow, those are big hills. Yeah, that's what we've got today. We've also got very big, broad, strong rivers as well. I would describe this as a fantasy map, but I can't even describe it as a fantasy map. It's clunky more than fantasy. It's a first map, and we're not going to come down too heavy. That, by the way, was a perfect bridge, and so credit where it's due. Also, I know this is almost certainly a plopped intersection, but look at the arc on those slip roads. It's very slickly, neatly done, I've got to say. Plopped or not, you've still got to make it actually work and come together like that. We look at it from this direction, and we've got those smooth arcs on those slip roads as well. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Also, 100% vanilla and a good basic detailing going on here. Just add a little bit of interest. I would say, yeah, I would credit that. No pillars in the highways, no streetlight clipping. Everything's kind of fine. You may say though that it is slightly excessive. Slightly, little bit, possibly. Anyways, we'll move along towards the middle of the map, and then the next intersection we'll take a left, I do believe, and we'll head towards the start square. Yeah, just give you look, huge amounts of build plane going on. If you want somewhere to build, then this is definitely a location, definitely a location to get some city going. Next intersection, again, looks very much like the same plopped intersection or some similar variant. And again, very nice, basic but fine detailing to just bring out the shine in that particular location. We'll nip over this river, and then we're heading down. Now we're heading down towards the start square. So have a little look round. Is this the sort of place that you would like to be building a city? If the answer is yes, then get on that subscribe button, because aortali would, aortali, I said it goes silent, didn't I? Aortali would probably appreciate some subscribers. We'll pull back and have a little look at your start square. Start square encompasses both ends of that highway there, and there's a river right there as well. And we've also got today one of these. It's Inglewood Row by Khrysler. Khrysler, fairly new to me in terms of workshop. I don't know if they've been producing stuff for a while, but they're producing some very nice stuff indeed at the moment. So this is a row houses, American style again, and some nice detailing around the back as well. Shall we do some factoids, because factoids, or one factoid because factoids. The stadium for the Tokyo Olympic Games, was that 1960, wasn't it? Tokyo, I believe. Cost 840,000, well, that would be US dollars, wouldn't it? I'm sure they paid in yen. And it was used for 4 days, and then it was demolished a year later for a new development. Good to see investment, hey? You won't be doing any sport at the old Tokyo Olympic Stadium. Anyway, Inglewood Row by Khrysler. Today's asset of the day, and I'm quite fond of that. Quite twee, for want of a better word. Right. Let's head off towards the edge of the map using the highway that comes in from the opposite direction. So that's where we've come from over there. Good views. I've got to say, some great views from here. And then we'll go down and join up with the highway. Now, the thing is, this highway only connects with the edge of the map. So once you connect it through your city, you're going to get an awful lot of through traffic from here going to the other connection points around the edge of the map. Just something to bear in mind when you start doing your build. Probably better to have some really good intersections to get the traffic off of there and into some new build spots as well. The rail? Okay, the rail isn't the worst, but it's not the best. But that's because the map is, well, it's clunky, and the rail is going to match. If we have a look here, we are going up, what was it, about a 1 in 4, maybe a 1 in 5, possibly. Now we're getting down to a 1 in 4s and 1 in 3s. It's a little bit on the steep side, but this isn't a realistic map, so I'm not going to come down on it for that. We can allow a little bit of suspension of disbelief as we get right to the top of the hill by going underground. I'm not going to show you the underground. I'm pretty sure it's just a straight line up. It's hidden, that's fine. Oh, look at the waterfall. There's a lot of water falling off of that waterfall. And then we got a junction. Junction is quite interesting. There's a little bit of blue mantle there, just a hint of it. And we've got a little bump going on with the rail here. And actually, if you want me to be really pedantic about this one, let's go around and have a look at the catenary wires here. And you'll see them actually going through the infrastructure there, through the grills. And that is basically, that's a fail. I'm letting so many things go here, and I'm pulling you up on the catenary lines going through the grills. But it's a great view. I love the mountains, these big old clunky mountains in the background. They really work for me. It's not a map I personally would build on, but in terms of views, I think the not so rocky theme turns those what will be very vanilla-ish mountains into something quite strong, quite powerful, just like me. Yeah, now the next, we've got a rail bridge over here. There's a hint, you may have noticed a hint of blue mantle from all the way back there. We get in a little bit closer, see if it disappears when we're in close. And the answer is no, it is there. We have a bit of blue mantle hinting from underneath the bridge there. And then it's just rail all the way. So you may be wondering, I'm going to go back to ducks or planets. Go back. Why not? Ducks or planets? Yes, it's on social media, and it's just one of my groups, one of my mutual friends. It was the question from a 4-year-old that they had to have answered, and I feel you guys are up to the task today. Oh, look, more blue mantle there, or is it? Oh, it's kind of is from a distance. I think it disappears out when we zoom out. Right, we'll have a little look at the rest of the map in a moment, but prepare yourself right now because we're going to be heading off to have one of those intermissions. One of my favourite ones, this one today.
Are you confused with the difference between a mod and an asset? And what's the deal between a theme and a LUT? Then you need BonBonB's Beginner's Guide to Mods, Assets, Themes, and LUTs. Click the information button now.
One of my favourite ones, but it confuses a lot of people. Okay, back to Pacific Valley by aortali. We've got shipping routes that follow the coastlines quite, they hug them. And this is more like a Santa's socks kind of shipping route. As you'll see, Santa's socks, there they are. Brilliant. Water flow, we have a lot of water going through this map. If you're looking for rivers with strong water flow, you will not go far wrong here. If you're looking for realistic rivers, you probably need to look for my tutorial on realistic rivers. There is lots of water. Realism, be damned you. These rivers are really wide. Remember, each tile is 2 kilometers, so that's probably about half a kilometer wide in rivers. They're not realistic, are they? I mean, look down here, you can see this has just been gouged out by the terrain tool. And so we've got this blob at the end here, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever. On top of that, if you may notice, we've got an artificial ridge just holding the water in place down here as well. Otherwise, it'd just be tumbling straight off to the sea. So no realism there. It's all just about getting the rivers to go in the directions that we want them to. And aortali has definitely achieved that. Look at the... would this cruiser go anywhere near the amount of water turbulence that would be going on here with 2 great big waterfalls there? I suspect that cruiser would go nowhere near that one in real life. Now, rivers. I'm looking for... I'm pretty sure there is somewhere, I know there is, out just on the edge somewhere. I'm looking. It's something we haven't seen for a while. I'm just having a hunt. Eyeball checking. There it is. I found them. We've got some drowned trees. We haven't seen drowned trees for a while, but to be fair, they are vanilla trees and probably deserve to be drowned. Yes, we do another vote one day on the ugliest tree, and I think those particular vanilla silverbark trees are probably the ugliest trees, I'd say. Got some detailing up here, nice to see. A bit of flat land up here and a little farmstead or something going on, or old farmstead, burnt out house. A huge cliff, don't go too close to the edge. I wouldn't want to be living up there personally, but then I am a bit of a Nancy when it comes to heights and stuff. It's not for me. Anyways, what are we thinking? I'm looking around here now for somewhere that's going to be a particularly good screenshot for the thumbnail. Oh look, we've got a bit of a triple layer waterfall going on here. I don't think that really has a bit of rock detailing down the sides though, so credit for that. Still looking around for somewhere to do a thumbnail from. It's not the most aesthetic of maps at all. There's usually somewhere where you go, ah yes, maybe if I go into the fog. No, not in the fog. What do you think of this map anyway? Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the viewer's choice top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. And I'm going to predict it won't be. I'm going to predict it might be down in the bottom few. But it's down to you. Prove me wrong. There is a lot of build plane there, isn't there? There's a lot of build space. Okay, aesthetically, I think it leaves a lot to be desired. I have seen uglier maps, but I would put this one in the unattractive category, I'm afraid. I'm going to give it just the 2 stars for aesthetics, but I will accept that backdrop is very dramatic. Detailing is not bad. There's some areas that are quite nicely done, and I would like to give it 3 stars just for those, but I feel that the other parts of the map just let it down a little bit. I'm going to give it a high 2, pushing on for 3, very close to a 3rd star there. Gameplay potential It's kind of got everything that you need, kind of, but no more. It doesn't really, and there might be some traffic issues once you connect up that highway at the beginning. So I'm going to give it 3 stars because it is playable and there is a huge amount of build plane, no water issues at all, not bad. Pacific Valley by aortali, today's request map. Thank you very much. So anyways, thank you very much for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for voting on ducks or planets. Planets or ducks? I bet you've never been asked that before, have you? Anyways, as we were saying, we have an old map on the screen now. Join me for that one there. A little vote on that one if you like. And there'll be another map along tomorrow, and it seems to be a good one. Tomorrow's creator is one of the top creators, so don't miss that. Thanks for watching. I'll see you very, very soon.